Alright guys, so as you know, we just finished up our latest strength cycle, so that means now it's max week. So I want to give you 4 quick tips that can help you maximize your effort and hopefully get you to those numbers that you've been trying to hit. So first tip is going to be obviously to warm up properly. We don't want to jump into any of these lifts not properly warmed up, things still tight, not feeling good, because that's just going to lead to injury, okay? So we want you to mobilize almost specifically for whatever main muscle group you're going to be using in those lifts. For instance, on deadlifts, we want you to mobilize those hamstrings, glutes, all that posterior chain to make sure everything's firing correctly. Then you want to prime your central nervous system. So that means getting on the bike, pedaling, getting your heart rate up, get on the rower, pull for 500, something like that. Just something to get the blood flowing, get your central nervous system operating correctly, go through some kind of movement specific stuff. So for instance, if you're doing bench press, do some push-ups. If you're doing deadlift, you want to do maybe some good morning, something to wake up those muscle groups to make sure that they're properly primed. Your second tip is going to be to limit your reps. Once you get to where you're starting to try to find your max, you don't want to be tired by the time you get to your max and have that muscle group be fatigued by the time you get to your max, because then you won't get your true max. So what we want you to do is start with an empty bar with whatever lift that it is. So for instance, if you're doing deadlift, again, 10 empty bar deadlifts, proper form, make sure you're doing everything correctly like you would in the actual lift, okay? After that, first set, put 50% of your last 1 rep max on there, do it 5 times. Set 2, 60% for 3. Set 3, 70% for 2. Set 4, 80% for 1. Set 5, 90% for 1. So with all of these, we don't want to be standing around and our body get cold again until we have to go back to step 1 to warm up again. So with these, I want you to take about a 2-minute rest in between each one of these steps. So after you get done with that, then I want you to start jumping in small increments once you get past your 90%. Okay, so that means if you're at about 90% of your max, you shouldn't be adding more than 10, 20, maybe 30 pounds. You don't want to get that big of a jump in between once you get down towards your 1 rep max. So take it slow, do say 95%, add 5 more pounds. Do at your max, try that, see if that feels good, then bump it up to try to get a 1 rep max or a new 1 rep max, okay? Step 3 is going to be to use spotters. We want you to use spotters on every single one of these lifts. I know for the major Olympic lifts, it's going to be tough to have somebody spot you on, say, a snatch or a clean and jerk or things like that, and that's fine. We just want somebody there to be watching you to make sure everything's done correctly, your form is good, that kind of thing. So, and they'll also ensure that you're actually getting maximum effort. So say for a bench press, most people are going to stop when it starts getting kind of heavy where they feel like, I don't know if I can make it or not. We want to try to push you past that to make sure you're getting a true 1 rep max. So they'll definitely help you with maintaining that maximum effort. And then second, they'll help ensure your safety. Obviously, that's what they're there for. That's what the name implies. So we want them there for every one of your lifts, okay? And then lastly, form first, guys. That's the biggest thing that we preach here, is that your form is correct. So we want to make sure everything that you're doing, even when you get up to the heavy stuff, make sure you're maintaining proper technique. Go through your same routine you do every time. You know, take that deep breath, lock the core down, get everything flowing the way you usually do it, okay? And then if your form breaks at the point when you're trying to go for your 1 rep max, or even before that, just stop. It's not worth it, guys. It's not worth hurting yourself or injuring yourself, putting you out of the game for another 2 or 3 weeks when you could be just take it easy, drop the weight, just call it good for that day, and then we'll go from there. So those are your 4 tips, guys. So good luck on the upcoming maxes, and we'll see you in class.